Hello everyone, I am Laethas and welcome back to another video, and today I have my manga haul for the months of September and October. I was not able to film my September haul, so I just decided to throw those volumes into the October haul, and half the September haul was kind of in August anyway, so hopefully that is alright, but today I have my manga from those 2 months, and it is too much. So I'm gonna try and get through this more quickly so the video is not overly long and to a length that is way too long for a human being to watch a manga haul. But to start off with, I have volume 4 of Astra Lost in Space, and I'm just waiting for volume 5. I've read volume 1, and once volume 5 comes out, that will be the finale of the series, and I will continue my reading of the series to see how it ends. But this was one of my better releases for 2017, or one of my more excited releases for 2017, or at least in the video that I made for 2017 releases that you should check out. And so yeah, just waiting for the final volume, and then I will read the remaining, all the rest of the volumes, complete the series. Next, I have the single-volume series, Be With You, and this is an out-of-print single-volume shoujo beat title. This is based off of a novel, or a Japanese novel, and this one was okay. I would not go out of your way to purchase it at the price that a lot of people are asking for. I got this pretty cheap. I believe I got it for less than $10. I can't remember exactly what I paid, but yeah. It's okay, but I would not go out of your way to pick this one up. And next up, I have another single-volume shoujo series, and that is Socrates in Love, and I did get this one used as well. This is another out-of-print series. As you can see, this one is quite yellow, so there is that, and I have not gotten to reading this one yet, so I can't say how good it is yet, but it is probably one of the ones that I will be reading fairly soon, and yeah, don't know much about it other than it's also based on a novel, but yeah, I got this for, again, I believe less than $10, so wanted to check this one out. I don't have too many more of these single-volume shoujo beat or Viz Media shoujo series to get before I think I have all of them, but yeah, Socrates in Love. Next up, I don't know if I have showed either of these before, but I'm just going to put them here now, and that is volumes 2 and 3 of The Young Master's Revenge. And I decided to wait on this series until it completes at 4 volumes, and then I will be getting into it. 4 volumes, especially at the Viz Media $10 price point for retail, it's not that bad, so I don't really have much of an issue blind buying such a short series, but yeah, I don't know much about it, but it is quite a short shoujo series. Next up, I don't know if I've showed either of these before either, but I have volumes 6 and 7 of The Water Dragon's Bride, and I do think this series is complete at either 10 or 11 volumes. I'm not entirely certain on that, though, but yeah, I really liked Ray Toma's other work, Dawn of the Arcana, and if it's anything like that, it'll be a very, very quick read. I have read the first volume of this series, and I did like sort of what it was going for, and I'm very interested to see where this one goes. But aside from that, I have not read past the first volume, and if it does conclude at either volume 10 or 11, I will probably just wait till those are out to continue reading the series. But I did enjoy what I read. Next, I have volume 1 for Spell of Desire, and this is another sort of smutty sort of josei series in the same line as Midnight Secretary. This one is by the same mangaka, or similar to something like Butterfly's Flowers. This one is a 5-volume long series, and it's not good, but I did enjoy it. But really, if you're looking for something just, you know, smutty, then this might be one to look into. But if you're wanting something that's not that, then this is probably not going to give you what you want. But yeah, volume 1 of Spell of Desire. Next up, I have volume 1 for Black Torch. Now, this is a 5-volume long series, so, you know, very short. I have read this one volume, and I really did enjoy what I read of it. Not the best start of a series I've seen. There were some very strange sort of panel decisions. Seemed like he was trying to go for maybe an anime feel, or maybe like an action-y sort of anime feel. I didn't really feel like, you know, I'd have to show you specifically what I'm talking about. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Very interesting, very different sort of, you know, art style. It's not completely outside of the realm of what you were going to get in a shonen, but with it being 5 volumes long and with a new creator, I really did enjoy this volume, and I will be picking up the remaining 4 volumes when they are out. And next up, I have finally caught up on Skip Beat, so I have volumes 33, and I'm just kind of going to talk as I get these volumes up here, but yeah, the series is currently at 41 volumes, and I do have all of those with me now, but yeah, I don't know if I showed that cover or that cover. That's not... I need to show the covers. I think I forget that, you know, every now and then, but yeah, this series I really enjoy. I'm not caught up on reading it, but you know, I've read a good portion of the series, and I really enjoy it, and I really want to see where it goes, but it's at 41 volumes now, which is quite a big number for a series to have, so don't really know if it's planning on stopping soon, or if it's gonna, you know, continue on into the way too long, like 70 plus volumes, but yeah, of what I've read, I really enjoy Skip Beats, and I'm excited to continue reading it. Next up, I caught up on another series, and that is Seraph of the End. I'm probably just going to do the same thing I did with Skip Beat, but yeah, I saw both seasons of the anime, which does cover a good portion of the manga. I believe I've read volumes... I think I've read through volumes either 9 or 10. I don't know, can't remember exactly which volume number I've read through, but I've still not gotten out of anime content, so I still really don't know what is new, but I have been enjoying this series. I always like series that have vampires in them. I think they're always very interesting. I like seeing what different creators do with them, but yeah, I haven't gotten into manga-only content yet, so it'll really depend on if I'm going to continue this series, if I do enjoy that manga-only content. I have been enjoying content as of now, but I'm really interested to see where the series goes post-anime content. But yeah, Seraph of the End, I'm caught up at 15. I think volume 16 is set to come out soon, and I think they're on 17 volumes in Japan. But yeah, I am caught up on Seraph of the End, Vampire Reign. Next up, I have Ruby Anthology 2 Mirror Mirror, this one featuring Weiss. I still have yet to watch Ruby, but these volumes are kind of fun. I like anthology series. I like seeing what different creators decide to do with things. And there are only 2 more of these anthology volumes remaining. I think 1 volume per each main character in the Ruby squad. I think the next one is Blake or Blake, or I don't know how to pronounce any of the characters' names because I've not actually watched the show, but I have been enjoying these, and I want to check Ruby out at some point. But yeah, these are just kind of short, funny anthology stories. Not necessarily for everyone, but I have been enjoying them myself. Next up, I got Tokyo Ghoul Re Volume 5. I looked at the box set for the first Tokyo Ghoul, and I decided I didn't want to wait for the Tokyo Ghoul Re box set. If one is announced, that's just speculation. I don't actually know if one will be released, so I'm just going to continue getting the singles, you know, until the series completes at 16 volumes. I really like the first Tokyo Ghoul, and I'm just going to wait till Re finishes to read it all, because I'm pretty confident that I will like the series, because I liked the original, and I want to see where it goes, but not much else to talk about for Tokyo Ghoul Re. Next up, I have the second Full Metal edition for Full Metal Alchemist. Not really much to talk about with this. Everyone kind of knows what FMA is, but these hardcovers are very nice. It would have been better if the pages were woven in instead of glued in, because these things are really springy. they put a ton of glue in there, and it's you open the book, and the pages just like snap back together, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, they are very nice nonetheless. And if you've not gotten into FMA, watch the anime, or these hardcover Full Metal editions are very, very nice. Next up, I have a 2-volume series from Udon Entertainment, and that is Dragon's Crown. And this wasn't amazing. It was just kind of okay. Unless you're really into sort of the fantasy world RPG aspect, because I do believe this is based on the game of the same name, then I would maybe not take a look into it. But I enjoyed it for what it was, but it was just kind of okay. It wasn't really amazing, and unless you're kind of already interested on what the series is, I might give it a pass. Though the covers do form one piece of artwork if you connect them, so that is kind of cool. But yeah, overall, not that great, just kind of okay and very middling. Next up, I have some Tokyo Pop series. First off, I have Futari Bea, A Room for Two, a sort of 4-koma shoujo ai series. I do like me some shoujo ai. Futari Bea, I did enjoy this enough to sort of warrant getting a second volume, but I do believe that this one will be sort of more on a volume-to-volume basis, and, you know, if I don't like probably like 2 or 3 volumes consecutively, I'll probably drop it, but so far, I have enjoyed this series, and it has made me laugh here and there, but yeah, just sort of a fun little shoujo ai 4-koma series, nothing overly special about it, but yeah, kind of interesting to see Tokyo Pop getting back into the game, and I wonder what their other series are going to be, because they haven't announced too many titles thus far. And last up for Tokyo Pop, I have Volume 1 of Konohana Kitan, and I really enjoyed this volume. Not the best series I have ever read, but I definitely really enjoyed it, and will be picking up more. Kind of interesting. Hard to say exactly what it's about. If I wanted to do a first impressions, I'd like to read either, 1 or 2 more volumes before I do that. But if you'd like to see a first impressions on this, let me know down there. But I will be picking up more volumes of this series, and I did enjoy this first volume a good amount. But yeah, Konohana Kitan Volume 1. Next up, I have the Berserk official guidebook. Not really much to talk about with this. It's just like a guidebook information type thing with some color pages at the front. But yeah, nothing super special. It's just the guidebook for Berserk. So yeah, that's what it is. This is the English version printed by Dark Horse, of course. But yeah, the Berserk official guidebook. These are pretty cool. Little, not necessarily tie-ins, but I do like to see these for series, and I will probably pick them up for series I enjoy a good amount of. Next up, I have the first of several of my eBay pickups, because eBay was very nice to me over the past couple months, and that is the complete series for Tanpenshu by Hiroki Endo, who is the same mangaka that wrote Eden, It's an Endless World, which is not complete in English, but, I hear that's a great series. I haven't read it myself, but this is a 2-volume series by him. I've not read it yet because I got it fairly recently, but I do know it is out of print. And I did not pay a terrible amount for this. I think I paid probably retail or maybe a couple dollars more than that, but yeah, these came in really nice condition, and I'm very happy to have these in my collection. Next up, I have another one of my eBay pickups, or at least 3 of these volumes came from eBay, and that is the complete series for Lady Snowblood. So I have volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4. That is the complete series. This also arrived very recently, so I haven't had much of a chance to read it yet, but this is another out-of-print series, and I want to say this ran in a Japanese Playboy magazine, but I can't say for certain. I don't remember where I heard that, or if I heard it, or I'm just making nonsense up, but yeah, that's kind of interesting, but I do believe it is about this female assassin. Not sure what time period it is, maybe Warring States period during the shogunate. Don't really know, but I've heard a lot of things about it. I know the film. I've heard good things about the live-action film, but not a whole lot about it. But I am very interested to get into this series. I do know it is out of print, though. Yeah, really happy to have this series, and I'm excited to get into it. Maybe I will do a series on out-of-print series, just review a bunch of them and say, hey, are they worth the price people are asking for them? Chances are almost always going to be no, because people ask too much all the time for out-of-print series, but yeah, maybe I will do that for some of these out-of-print series. But yeah, Lady Snowblood Volumes 1 through 4 complete. Next up, I have the third volume of As Miss Beelzebub Likes, which is just a funny 4-coma series. I enjoy it, but again, it's a 4-coma, so, you know, if you don't like 4-coma, you know, maybe this isn't for you, because it's very, you know, 4-coma is its own kind of thing, but I have been enjoying this series. It does make me laugh, and that is what I am going to it for. But yeah, do enjoy As Miss Beelzebub Likes, and if you're looking for a laugh, I recommend picking it up. I do believe it has an anime airing currently, or at least when this video goes up, but yeah, As Miss Beelzebub Likes Volume 3. Next up, I have Volume 1 for Demonizer Zilch. This is a 5-volume long series. I got this first volume sort of to try and test it out. I didn't really like it a whole lot, so I'll probably end up dropping it. Yeah, Volume 1 for Demonizer Zilch, didn't really like it a whole lot, so probably not going to continue the series. But yeah, if you're... I don't even know. I've only read one volume. I don't really have much of a grasp of, you know, all of the series, but I didn't really like it, so probably going to be dropped. But, you know, gave it a shot. 5 volumes long, not too bad, pretty short, but yeah, Demonizer Zilch Volume 1. Next, I have the Ghost in the Shell Global Neural Network, which is Ghost in the Shell, not really tie-in or spin-off, but like creations by Western comic creators set sort of in the universe of Ghost in the Shell. They are all in full color, sort of, as you can see there. It does have that nice anthology vibe to it, though the volume is quite expensive at $30 retail, which is quite a lot. But it is a nice hardcover, it is full color, so that is nice. If you're a Ghost in the Shell fan, I would recommend picking this up. Otherwise, you know, the stories I don't think are great enough on their own without just being part of Ghost in the Shell or inspired by, so if you're not already interested in Ghost in the Shell and seeing those characters in different situations, maybe not pick it up because it is quite expensive, or maybe wait for it to go down from, you know, being as expensive as it is. But yeah, I did enjoy this, and I do like my anthology series. So yeah, Ghost in the Shell Global Neural Network sort of anthology series. Next up, I have volumes 4 and 5 of the Battle Angel Alita Deluxe Editions. There was a buy 2 get 1 free sale going on at Barnes & Noble, and I had 3 volumes remaining for this. I did some of the math to see if I was going to end up saving money, or how much money I would save by taking or partaking in this sale, and it was a good amount compared to where else I buy manga. So I decided to say, you know what, the box set doesn't look too amazing, so I'm just going to go ahead and pick up the remaining 3 volumes, which is volumes 4, 5, and then there's a short story collection also coming out very soon. I believe early November is when that comes out. But yeah, once that comes out, I will be continuing reading Battle Angel Alita, and these hardcovers are quite nice. So yeah, Battle Angel Alita, it's finished, kind of. There's one more volume, but it doesn't contain the main story. But before I continue reading after Volume 1, I do want to have that, so I can read that after I finish Volume 5. But love these books. I think Kodansha did a really nice job on them. But yeah, Volumes 4 and 5 of the Battle Angel Alita Deluxe Edition. Up next, this is, I think, the start, maybe a few of those prior volumes were in it, but there was like a 50% off sale from Midtown Comics. So, you know, I decided to get some series from there. I think I needed a good amount, or I think $75 got me free shipping. So I found a bunch of series that I was kind of interested in that were on that cheaper 50% off price point, and I decided to get those. And this is the first 3 volumes for Chiro the Star Project. And I've read volume 1, and it was pretty decent. The series has pretty decent scores, I think, on some sites. I've read volume 1, and I'm pretty interested in it, but it really is going to depend on volumes 2 and 3. If it drags, or if it kind of stays the same, I don't think I'm going to continue the series. But if it does pick up in volumes 2 and volume 3, then I will probably be continuing the series. It is complete at 12 volumes. Also, another thing to note, you may think that it's flipped, but it's actually not, because this is a manhwa. So it's Korean, and those are actually left to right. Yeah, Chiro Star Project, if I really like where volumes 2 and 3 go, I'll continue to pick it up. If they're just kind of okay, or, you know, not to the level where I care to continue, I'll probably drop the series. But it so far has been a fun sort of shoujo-y series, kind of similar to Skip Beat, but I think the Skip Beat characters are stronger. But yeah, Chiro Star Project, I'm interested to see where it goes, and if volumes 2 and 3 are really good, I will continue, but it really sort of depends on those volumes. Maybe I will make a first impressions on this series. Next up, I have the single volume series Cigarette Girl, put out by Top Shelf Productions. This is, I think, they've only put out 2 manga, and I think the Cigarette Girl is one, and then Axe Collection of Alternative Manga is the other. And this was also part of the Midtown Comics sale. I think I paid between $12 and $13 for this, because they are asking retail $25. Definitely would not recommend picking it up for $25. The book is nice, kind of. The pages are really nice. They're thick. The inks are dark, you know, but the cover wears easily. It does have some texture to it, but this series was okay. If you're looking for something different, maybe check it out, but yeah, definitely don't get it for $25. I would not recommend that. I believe it's still in print, and I think you can get it on Amazon pretty cheaply, but yeah, it's okay if you're looking for something weird, something different, maybe look into picking it up, but I didn't think it was anything all that special. Next, I have some more series from the Midtown Comic Sale, and these next 3 are all from Gen Publishing, which I think they worked with creators directly and got some, like, doujin published over here, which is kind of cool. But to start that off, I have Bye Geist by Ryo Hanada, who is the same creator as Devil's Line, so I wanted to check this out. And this one was pretty decent, though. Of the 3 Gen series I got from the Midtown Comic Sale, I think this one was the weakest. It was still very enjoyable to read, and I kind of got to see sort of where Ryo Hanada, you know, what other series that she's written, because Devil's Line is the only one that's out here, and I think that might be the only one that's been serialized in a magazine, but you can definitely tell it is her art style. But yeah, Bye Geist. If you are enjoying Devil's Line, I would recommend picking this up. I believe it is in print, but there's no price sticker on the back. So, like, most books have a price marking on the back or somewhere. I don't think these do anywhere. But I do believe this one does go for $10, so I think if you search it on Amazon, that's how much it'll cost, that or less. I think this was part of the Midtown Comic Sale, so I think I paid like $4 or $5 for it. So, yeah, Bye Geist. Interesting mystery, not the greatest, but really nice to see where Ryo Hanada kind of, you know, I don't know if she wrote this before Devil's Line or, you know, during, and currently can't be after, because I think the series is still ongoing, or it's soon to finish. But yeah, Bye Geist. Put out by Gen Manga. The second book I got from Gen is Alive, and this one I really enjoyed. It's kind of a collection of short stories as opposed to one continuous story, and these are all different as opposed to being like different short stories all involving the same topic. These ones are more disconnected, or the connection between them is looser, but I really enjoyed this series, and I would definitely recommend picking it up if you're sort of, interested. And it kind of reminded me of Inio Asano a little bit, though not entirely. Again, this one doesn't have a price sticker, but I do believe it retails for $10. So if you're looking for something that kind of feels somewhat or vaguely similar to like an Inio Asano work, then this might be a series to check out. But yeah, I really enjoyed Alive, and I would recommend checking it out, especially if you like Inio Asano works. And the last series I got from Gen from that Midtown Comics sale is Android Angels. As you can see, this is quite a big volume. These are Viz signature series, and it is quite taller than those. So the artwork is very, very big. Yeah. But as you can guess, this series involves androids and sort of how people are interacting with the androids, and it's very cool. I think this one might be my favorite out of the three that I got. I'm not sure. The trim size is nice. The larger artwork is always cool. There were some Yuri aspects in here at one point, which I definitely enjoyed. But yeah, this is just kind of more short stories, but I think there's only 4 of them, and they're more connected theming-wise than I think Alive was. So you get sort of 4 different sort of androids plus their partners, and it's very, very interesting. I would definitely recommend checking this out, especially if you're into sort of sci-fi type things, or more philosophical sci-fi series, not just like a setting, because this isn't really a sci-fi setting. This is more like, hey, we have androids, like a sci-fi thing that we have in just kind of like the regular world. But yeah, I really enjoyed this, and I would definitely recommend you picking it up. And I don't know the pricing on this one. Again, these don't have price stickers on them, but I don't think these are too terribly expensive, and this volume is quite large, as you can see. But yeah, I really enjoyed Android Angels and would recommend you checking it out. Next up, moving on to my 7 Seas releases, I have Crisis Girls Volume 2. I read this series after I got this, because this is only a 2-volume series, and it was just kind of okay. Not amazing, kind of funny, kind of, but not really anything spectacular, but, it was pretty decent and fun to read for what it was. Next up, I have To Love Roux Darkness, Volume 6. I'm just going to wait until the series is out. I've been really liking To Love Roux, so, yeah, To Love Roux Darkness, just going to continue picking these up, basically until they're done. But, yeah, To Love Roux Darkness, Volume 6. Next up, I have the second of 3 volumes for the Voynich Hotel, and this is a series I'm waiting to get all of the volumes before reading it. I've heard that this series is absolutely hilarious, so I'm kind of anticipating really liking this series. But, yeah, only one more volume to go before I can get into it. And next up, I have Volume 4 of Yokai Girls. This has been a series I am enjoying. Very fun sort of harem rom-com comedy thing, but if you're not into that, or the wacky, shenanigans with the sort of supernatural being, sort of comedy rom-com type stuff, then this probably isn't for you, but I have been enjoying this one, and it does make me laugh. Next up, I have Yoona and the Haunted Hot Springs Volume 3. I'm gonna give this volume 2 more volumes, wait till Volume 4, read this one and that one, and if I don't enjoy it that much by then, I am probably going to drop the series, but I have read Volumes 1 and 2, decided to give it 2 more volumes, maybe 3, probably 2, but yeah, if I don't like it by then, I might drop it, but as it stands, I've not read this 3rd volume yet, but once Volume 4 comes out, I'll read that, and, it kind of depends where this series goes for me after that 4th volume. Next, I don't think I've shown these before, but I have volumes 1 through 3 of Yokai Rental Shop. This is a 4-volume series with the 4th volume coming out very soon. I decided to just get all 4 volumes and read it because it sounded pretty interesting to me, and 4 volumes isn't that many. But yeah, if I enjoy it, I'll definitely let you guys know. At only 4 volumes, it really isn't much of an investment for me. But yeah, Yokai Rental Shop volumes 1 through 3. I'm really interested to see sort of what this series is and where, not necessarily where it goes, because I don't know where it starts, but what it's about, and I want to see if it is actually quite good. Next up, I have Dragon Half Volume 2, or Omnibus Volume 2. There are 3 of these, and I'm just going to wait till the 3rd one is out, and then I'll read it because it sounds very interesting to me, and I also like these sort of older series that 7 Seas is publishing. This one is not part of their classic collection line, but it is an older series nonetheless, and it did sound very funny and interesting to me, and it's nice seeing these sort of not holographic, metallic or foil covers that they have. I really think that's pretty cool, and I'd like to see more fun covers on manga, like holographic or foil or, you know, what have you. But yeah, Dragon Half Omnibus Volume 2 of 3. Next up, I have To Love Roux Omnibus Volume 5, or Volumes 9 and 10. I really have been enjoying To Love Roux, and I just can't wait for each new volume to come out, because I think it is a lot of fun. It is quite funny, and I do enjoy it a lot. But yeah, real excited for these to come out. We don't have too many more. I think we only have 4 more omnibuses until the series is complete. But yeah, these To Love Roux omnibuses I really like. I think the spines look really cool too. They're these nice sort of plastic, I guess, colors, as opposed to like metallic. But yeah, they kind of pop, and they're just kind of fun. But yeah, I really like this series, and I'm excited to see, you know, I'm excited for all the volumes to be out so I can, you know, read a lot more of it, because I've read the first 4 omnibus volumes, and it's hard for me to not read one, but then when I get finished, I'm out of volumes to read. But yeah, I really enjoy To Love Roux. Next, I have Captain Harlock, the Classic Collection number 2. There are 3 Classic Collections coming out for Captain Harlock, and I've said this in basically every video that they've been a part of, but these 7 Seas Classic Collections are really, really nice, you know, and they're pretty good price as well. The only negative is that these things are glued in as opposed to sewn in, but the gluing is much nicer, I think, than the Full Metal Alchemist volumes, and I just really, really like these. Yeah, these ones are not as springy as the Full Metal Alchemist volume, so you can hold the book open and it doesn't want to fight you. But yeah, I really like these Classic Collections. Don't know what the cover is going to look like for Space Battleship Yamato, but really like these, and I hope they're selling well, because I'd like to see more series in this format. Next up, I have my first release from Ponemon, and that is The Ice Wanderer by Jiro Taniguchi. Now, this is one of the few times I have actually paid retail price, just because I couldn't seem to find it for not retail price. Maybe I just didn't look hard enough, but yeah, these are expensive volumes. I think if it'll focus, yeah, it's $22 retail. That's really expensive, especially considering, you know, it's the same size as a Viz volume, or a signature volume. It is much nicer than a Viz signature volume. The pages are nicer. This is, you know, it's a little bit longer than a standard book at, you know, a little bit over 200 pages. It does have French flaps that are quite nice. But I don't think, you know, $22 is a good price, you know, for a book of this quality. You know, the book itself, the make of the book, not actually talking about the story. The story, on the other hand, I really, really liked. And so I'm kind of in this weird limbo situation where I really want to recommend you pick up The Ice Wanderer and Other Stories by Jiro Taniguchi. But $22 is a big price point, especially considering it's one volume. Nothing super special about it. I mean, French flaps are nice. I always loved French flaps, and I will pay a little bit more for, you know, if the cover is going to be nice and have them and the pages are nice, you know, but it's hard to justify $22, but I really enjoyed this book, and if that doesn't seem absurd to you, or you can find it for cheaper than that, I would definitely recommend picking this up. Very, very nice story, and I'm very happy to have it in my collection. Next up, I have a release from Drawn and Quarterly, and that is Onward Towards Our Noble Deaths by Shigeru Mizuki. And if you haven't picked this up yet, I definitely recommend you checking it out. This is a very, very nice release by Drawn and Quarterly. And my first work by Shigeru Mizuki, but yeah, this is mostly autobiographical, not entirely. I think some of it is made up, but it's basically about his experiences in World War II, the deadliest conflict in human history, and yeah, if you haven't picked it up, I definitely recommend it. Very nice book, quite a thick book, but it looks thicker than it is because the paper's really nice and thick, which is really, really what I like. So this is only, I think, 300 something pages, but it looks like a lot more. It looks like it's 400 to 500 pages long, but yeah, it is a very nice book. Definitely recommend you picking it up. Really, really enjoyed this one, and I think Drawn and Quarterly did a very nice job with this release. Next up, I have another Drawn and Quarterly work, Nononba, also by Shigeru Mizuki, and I didn't enjoy this one as much as Onward Towards Our Noble Deaths, but I did enjoy this series a lot as well. I think, you know, it's hard to say which quality is better, because I think these pages are thinner, but they're not as rough, they're smoother. You know, this one has some color pages in the beginning as well. It also has like a hologram. Not sure if it'll pick up on camera very well, but the cover is also very nice. These Drawn and Quarterly releases that I have are all very nice, or at least the two that I have, because I, you know, don't have a whole lot of them, but yeah, I really enjoyed this one as well. But yeah, if you've read Onward Towards Our Noble Deaths, and you want to check out more Mizuki work, then I would also recommend Nononba, because I also did really enjoy this, though not quite as much as Onward Towards Our Noble Deaths, but this one is very good nonetheless. A bunch of short stories, also mostly autobiographical, but yeah, Nononba by Shigeru Mizuki, published by Drawn and Quarterly. Next, I have some Fantagraphics releases. First off is A Drunken Dream and Other Stories by Moto Hagio, and this is a very, very nice book, as all Fantagraphics books are. Has some of this gold sort of foil sort of embellishing or embossing, not sure which is the right term, but yeah, a really nice book. I think this was the first Moto Hagio work put out in English by Fantagraphics, but yeah, I really, it's out of print, so it's hard for me to recommend it again as well, because people like to ask a lot for it. I didn't pay a whole ton, or at least I didn't pay more than I thought was ridiculous. I don't think I paid a whole ton for this, but yeah, I really enjoyed this. Some of the stories were better than others. I didn't like some of them, but the Willow Tree, which I think is the last story in sort of this anthology collection, because this is not a Japan published work. This is Fantagraphics got the rights to like a bunch of different one-shots, and they put them all into one book. So the final story in this, I think, is the Willow Tree, is excellent. It's not perfect. It's not the best I've ever seen, but it is certainly very, very good. And after reading that, I can definitely say that Moto Hagio is one of the better mangaka or mangaka that I have read, because that was that was a really well sort of executed and put together story, and it really takes advantage of the medium that it's in. So if you can read that, I definitely recommend you do, and I'm very happy to have this book in my collection. Next up, I have another Fantagraphics release, Dementia 21 by Shintaro Kago. You may know him as the guy that also wrote Super Dimensional Love Gun, which is published by Faku. But this is a Fantagraphics paperback release, which is a little different. They usually publish hardcovers, though calling it a paperback I think is a little bit of a stretch, because this doesn't really feel like paper at all. This is more like a, I don't really know what to call it, more like a synthetic, like rubber or plastic, but like all Fantagraphics releases, paper is super nice. The book is just really good quality overall. Really big trim size as well, as you can probably see. Yeah, if you're looking for more Shintaro Kago, pick this one up. It's really, really weird and crazy. If you're not into weird, crazy stuff, or more of a, strange read, then maybe don't pick it up. But as far as Fantagraphics book releases go, this is like a 300-page volume, so it's like 1.5 standard books. So, if you're taking a Viz price or a Viz standard release price, I would go for like $15. This one's $25, so it's $10 more, and you get a much larger trim size than, because these are signatures and the standard editions are smaller, and this is even bigger than the signature releases, and you get a Fantagraphics book, which is really nice in quality. So I think the price is really good for sort of what you get. I can't open it up too much because there's stuff that YouTube would not be happy about if I showed on here. But yeah, Dementia 21, if you're looking for something weird, check this one out. This one also has, I don't know, is this called like lenticular? I don't know if you can hear that, but it's the hard to explain. I need like the card thing where you move it and it changes pictures or whatever, and you scratch it, it makes that really the weird sound. Yeah, I can't explain it. I'm bad. Okay, I'm sorry, but yeah, not sure if that's what that's called, but it is an interesting choice for a cover material that I've not really seen done before. But yeah, Dementia 21 by Fantagraphics Books. Next up, as I've been saying, the eBay gods have been very kind to me. I was able to pick up Town of Evening Calm, Country of Cherry Blossoms by Last Gasp. Now, I think this is the second printing. I believe the first printing may have been a hardcover. I'm not entirely certain on that, but this is a paperback release. Does have French flaps right here, as you can see. This is quite a thin book. I think this is only 100 pages long, but it is the complete series of Town of Evening Calm, Country of Cherry Blossoms. Yeah, I enjoyed this series more than the author's other work. You might recognize the author's art style because this is the same mangaka that wrote In This Corner of the World, I do believe. So if things look very similar, that is probably why. And this does deal with similar material. It does deal with Hiroshima. I'm not sure the correct pronunciation of the city. But yeah, I enjoyed this work. I'm happy to have gotten it for not a dumb price that people like to ask for on eBay. I got it for a reasonable price. Yeah, it's out of print. Not sure if they'll reprint it again because this is already a reprint, very happy to have this in my collection. And the book itself is actually quite nice. Like, these pages are, really, really nice themselves. Very, very white, and the inks are very, very dark. The pages are also very, very thick as well. But yeah, Town of Evening Calm, Country of Cherry Blossoms. Very happy to have this in the collection. And next up, we're almost done. Trust me, it's been a long time, lots of books. But first off, for vertical releases, we have The Delinquent Housewife Volume 1. There are 4 volumes in this series, and I can say that if you pick up nothing else from 2017, definitely pick up The Delinquent Housewife. I loved this first volume. I thought it was super interesting, and I'm really excited to see where it all goes. Yeah, I definitely recommend you check out The Delinquent Housewife. This first volume, like, really surprised me. I was thinking I was going to enjoy the series and that it was going to be, you know, something I liked, but I didn't think it was going to be something that I was so interested in and really want to sort of see more. But yeah, The Delinquent Housewife Volume 1, cannot wait for the series to come out in English completely, and I can read the whole thing. But highly recommend you checking out The Delinquent Housewife if you have not done so already. And next, continuing on with the eBay gods being the gracious beings that they were to me these last several weeks, I have the entire series of Tutera, volumes 1 through 3 of the vertical release. I have not read this yet, but I've heard outstanding things about this series. I'll just turn these and show the covers. Yeah, these books all came to me in very good condition, which, you know, doesn't always happen when you're on eBay. Usually they're pretty good, but sometimes I think something is one condition, someone else thinks it's another, so that can be a problem. But all of these books came in excellent condition. In Volume 1, it's a little bit of an interesting story. The seller did not list this, so I didn't know at all. I just won it in a bid because I bid the lowest amount. No one else bid anything, so I got it. Seller didn't list this. Yeah, Volume 1, if we open it up, has the author's signature in it. So I got a signed copy of Tutera Volume 1. And just to make sure that's the signature, I went online to see, hey, is this actually the author's signature? And I might have an image on screen, but yeah, that is actually Keiko Takemiya's signature. In copy, or Volume 1 of my Tutera, so we're really excited to have that. Was not expecting that to show up. I was just expecting to get a standard Volume 1 of Tutera, but no. The volume is signed, and I'm really ecstatic about that. Seller did not say it was signed, yeah. Very excited. You can definitely see that's not just printed onto the cover because you get, like, bleed through right there, but yeah, very excited to have this series and with a signed copy to boot, but very happy to have all of Tutera. Cannot wait to read it. I've heard excellent things about the series. Let me know what you thought of it if you have read it. And you might think we're done, but we are not. I have a few more things to show you guys. I will see you in just a little cut. Alright, here we are. Yes, I did get the Akira box sets. Pay no mind to the shelves. They're a little bit disorganized, not the way I want them right now. But yeah, here we have the box set. I'm going to go ahead and open it. This is a second printing. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this with one hand. I think the magnets are too strong, and I don't have the friction in my grip to move this, or because I think if I just try and do it, the box will move instead of me actually grabbing it. But yeah, I'm going to cut as I open the box, and you can see the volumes inside. Alright, there they are, and these volumes are very nice. I quite like them. Very happy to have this Akira box set. Came with the art book as well, the Akira Club art book. This is, of course, the second printing of the series, or not of the series, but of the box set, but I'm very, very happy to have it. And yeah, very nice to have Akira in my collection, the film, of course, being extremely influential when it came to anime in the West. But yeah, haven't gotten into the manga yet. I know it's much more expansive than the film, which I have seen, but yeah, very excited to see sort of what this series does, because I know the manga has a lot more material in it than that film. But yeah, really happy to have this box. Let me just close it up right there. Ooh, so much easier to close up. The magnets are too strong for my one hand. When I try and open it, it just pushes the box. I can't, yeah. But yeah, so it is well made. Very happy about that. But yeah, there is the first thing I had to show you guys. because I have one more. And that one more thing is the Pandora Hearts Box Set. And this one can open with one hand. There's the art right there. And you can see it has all the volumes in there. And this did come a little beat up, as you can see right here, you know, on the corners and stuff. That's a little coming out, and then over here, that's, you know, the big dent right there. I got this from In-Stock Trades, and I sent them, hey, I got a damaged copy, what can you do? I told them I didn't really want to replace it, because these are limited in number, and I don't want to just, you know, yeah, I'm okay with having the damaged copy, so someone else can have the, you know, a newer copy that's more of a fan of the series. Plus, it's a pain to ship a big item like this back. They did offer to send me a shipping label, so I wouldn't have to pay to ship it back. I'm looking at you, Right Stuff, because if something comes damaged, if I got this from you, you'd say pay shipping. We're not gonna fix that for you. But yeah, they offered to do that. They said, hey, we'll pay to ship it back, and we'll send you a new one. And I just said, no, that's fine. And they gave me a refund, or a partial refund, which was nice. I think I paid what they would, you know, cost for a damaged item. So I think I got this for like 50% off or something really close to that, which is really, really nice. But yeah, really happy to have this. I've read that first volume, got several to go. Really liked what I read. And this box set is really, really nice. But yeah, quite heavy too. I think this is 20 pounds, I want to say, somewhere around there, which, you know, in absolute terms, 20 pounds is not really heavy at all. But for a manga box set, that's on the heavy side. But yeah, really happy to have this. And that will do it for this collection video, or not collection. Could be a collection video. All of this could just be one collection. Let's be real here. But, yeah. Big haul for these 2 months. Mistakes were made. I'm gonna try not to do that again because, yeah, things just... It was the perfect storm. eBay had lots of items I've been looking for a long time, for good prices. And, these box sets, the Akira one got reprinted. I'm not sure if my Pandora Hearts box set is a first edition or a second, because the books say they're first printings, but I'm not sure, because I know they've reprinted this, and I'm not sure if they just didn't update the print number or not. Actually, I'll do that later. Maybe I'll do that in a separate video, like a first impressions or something like that, and I'll ask about it later. But yeah, I don't know if this is a first or second printing, because they could very well have just not updated the print number, and these could all be second prints, but they didn't update anything. But yeah, this could be a first print or a second, I don't know, but very happy to have that. Too much manga in the one haul. Hopefully that won't happen again. But yeah. Lots of fun stuff I got. I'm more behind in my backlog than I'd like to be, but in a few weeks that probably should set itself straight. But yeah, let me know what you thought of this haul video. What series have I picked up that you have picked up and read as well? Have I convinced you to pick up any series? And what are your just general thoughts about the series that I have? Or that I have showcased here, as well as any recommendations that you might have. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and share, and if you'd like to keep up to date with all of my content, you can either follow me on Twitter, there's a link to that in the description, or you can hit that subscribe button and ring that notifications bell. But yeah, any questions, comments, concerns, issues, anything like that, leave down there in the comments down below, as well as any other general thoughts, recommendations, anything like that. I really, really like reading comments and responding to them. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this manga haul for the months of September and October 2018. I have been Laethas. This has been Too Much Manga. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.